everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Here we are. Get involved, get in the comments, get over on YouTube. If you can see it on X, we don't mind you writing on X and we're still seeing your comments. But if you do want to come over to YouTube and support the YouTube, it's nice to get you over on that as well. There often is more people in the comments on the YouTube thing, and you can have a little chat with them whilst you're having a chat to us. For anyone that's new on the show, right, what we do is we talk a bit about both teams. We then do a lineup prediction where we want you to not be lazy and give us your lineup prediction. And then we finish with a score prediction. And we want your score prediction. So it's fun. It's something you can get involved with. It's all of us fans coming together the night before. And of course, what the Toffee Bluecast do is we track down. Well, it didn't take much tracking down, did it, Paul? Because we have him on all the time, because we love him. But we've tracked down an opposition fan.
Best Fulham one you can find. Definitely.
He is the main man, the Cottage Talk. He is the main man. We've had him on before. We love him. We can't get enough of him. Paul, how are you doing before we chuck him on? How are we doing? You all right?
I'm not bad. The 8-week half term is finished. If you look back over all the shows over the last 8 weeks, my hair has got gradually longer. My face has got longer. My eyes have got darker. But now it's Friday. So I've just been out for a meal, which has been very nice. And I can't wait to talk Everton Fulham.
Well, I've just had my hair cut, so I feel pretty fresh, to be fair. Bit of a beard trim, bit of an haircut. Ready for this big, big match coming up. And it is a big match. It is a big match. I'm looking forward to this, everybody. Right, let's do this. Let's get that man on. Let's take it. Let's get the head-to-head going. Big game this, isn't it, Paul? It's a massive game this is.
We're on a roll. We're on a roll. And then Fulham turn up.
Crazy.
Anything could happen. Let's find out what will.
It's going to be an interesting one. Just trying to get me... of course, the things...
We're all good. Yeah, as Emma says.
Let's get him on. Here we go. Here we go. I couldn't get him the music. Couldn't get him the music, but here we go.
Here he is.
Here he is. Russ is in the
house.
house.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for having me back on. I look forward to talking about the match. You guys are excited. I am. So let's just do this.
Excellent. Spot on.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's get stuck in. So, Russ, question to you. How are you feeling about your season so far?
Well, it's a strange one because I'm still feeling pretty good, guys. I'm feeling actually very good. The last two results have not been good. But the funny thing about it is that this is going to sound strange to say, but Fulham should have gotten something from the Man City match. That was 2 matches ago. And it was very disappointing that Adama Traore missed 3 one-on-one opportunities. And if he hits one of them, Fulham gets something, and dare I say more than that. So that was disappointing. Then we come back from the international break, still feeling very good regardless of the result against Man City. And one of our main players this season gets injured on international duty, Sasa Lukic. And so we knew going into it that it was going to be, tough playing Aston Villa. And for the first half, it was a pretty even match. But they're a very good side, and they exposed a weakness that we had without Lukic. So that's was very disappointing to see. But beyond that, if I look at the season as a whole, Fulham, I thought at the beginning of the season could be fighting for Europe. I still feel that way. I've not changed my mind on that because they've added some serious talent to what they already have. It's the third season in the Premier League under Marco. So his tactics are really instilled in his players. And we're also seeing a very good version of Adama Traore. You have another season, a full summer with Alex Iwobi. He looks like a different player. So we have a lot of good players, but now we have to deal with a little bit of adversity with Lukic out and Anderson is suspended for this match. So this is a wonderful test against a very good Everton side, I feel, for Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I am ready for this game. I feel like it's a good challenge. Russ, do you feel like your form? I mean, I listened to the podcast that our Rob from Toffee Bluecast went on your podcast,
Yep.
and he mentioned that you started good and you've dipped a little bit. Do you agree with that, or?
Well, I don't feel that Fulham have dipped. I just think that the results have not been what you would want. And again, if you look at who they played, guys, they played Man City away. Then the one that really sticks out to us is the Aston Villa at home. But Aston Villa is a team, and you guys know this, that is a Champions League team right now, and they are playing on that level. They are that good right now. So to play them even in the first half and then things go against us and the breaks don't go our ways, and you can also blame Fulham for that. They deserved all 3 points, but it really has not changed how I feel about how the season has gone, because even against Manchester United, a match that we should have gotten some, I could see the quality. It's really about the performances. And unfortunately, like I said, Fulham now have to really work themselves out of some different situations because of Lukic not being there. And that will come to what Marco Silva does in this match against Everton. What is he going to do? Because he played Sanderberga in that Paulinho role, in that Lukic role, and he was not good. He was not good at all. So I'm curious to see what he does to adjust against your side. But beyond that, and with Anderson being out, I know we have a lot of quality because I've seen it since the first match this summer when we went to Benfica. And I could just see it was a different side, a different confidence, really believing in his tactics and the way he wants to play. So I love my club right now, even though the results have not gone our way. I know that it's a difficult match, but it's going to tell a lot about, I think, about both sides, the direction that we're going to go.
I'm just going to chuck this on you, Paul. I mean, I watch a lot of football, and I do keep my eyes on a lot of teams. And I'll put my hands up here. Fulham is one that I haven't watched many of their games. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they just haven't been popped up when I've been watching them. And I hadn't looked at Fulham's players up until you gave me your lineup, which we're going to show in a minute. I hadn't looked at your players, and I was a little bit shocked. In my head, I'm not going to lie, a lot stronger, a more powerful outfit than what I thought, because I'm going to be open. I thought, yeah, Fulham, bigger test. They have got good players. But I didn't think you was as strong on paper as you are with the team that you've just given me. And we're in for a game here, Paul. And I do think that for us, we've had a really, really bad start to the season. And don't even mention Aston Villa, because we should have beat Aston Villa. Russ was 2-0 up. And yes, they are a good outfit, but when you're 2-0 up, you shouldn't be giving them 3 goals to win a game. Facts. You should be making it a lot harder for them to score. So Aston Villa, good outfit. This is the problem, I think, sometimes with Aston Villa. Because they're doing well and they're in competing in Europa League and stuff, you think to yourself, oh, yeah, they are a good outfit. Doesn't mean you should accept losing against them. I honestly do believe 2-0 up, we could have done them. I really do. I mean, if they've let us score 2 goals, so we did good against them and we didn't get the results. We started really bad. Really, really, really bad. I mean, Bournemouth 2-0 up, lost 3-2. 3 goals in 8 minutes. We could be, I'm not even joking, Russ. We could be higher than you in the table right now if we wasn't so ridiculous. Because when you think back, Leicester, we should have beat Leicester. There you go, 3 points. Bournemouth definitely should have beat Bournemouth, 3 points. Aston Villa should have beat them, 3 points. 9 points we've chucked away, and that's all of our own doing. So we're very, very frustrated fans at the start of the season, Russ. But thankfully, we've forgetting about that. I've got to mention it, but we are forgetting about that, and we've managed to put 4 decent games together, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah, I think we said. During one of the international breaks, I think I'd picked out Palace as being a turning point for us. But obviously, we had Leicester before that. I thought that if we could beat Palace, then things could turn around a bit. It seems to have done the trick. I know it's only 4 games, but we've got 8 points out of 4 games. And if you're going to carry on doing that consistently, but that's our problem, then you're going to be okay. And I think probably the reason why Fulham haven't been on many people's radars other than Fulham fans is you've as inconsistent as we are, but you've kind of sort of won 2, lost 2, and been middle diddle, and that's been fine, really. I think, it's sometimes it's nice not to have any heat on you, either one way or another. And Fulham have got a decent side. I mean, I'm just sort of scouring through your squad, Russ, and you've got some good lads. Obviously, we've either fallen foul of some of these guys before, or we've actually passed them on to you. So, for example, I'm just going to show some on the screen now. You got Leno in goal, decent goalkeeper. Defense wise, you know what I mean? You got Castagna, Diop, Anthony. You got good lads at the back, although he seemed to still be conceding a few lately. But you've got exciting players when they're on the ball. Pereira obviously must be one of your main guys. Smith Rowe, big money for Smith Rowe, but is he what you hoped? Is he there yet? Is he doing the stuff?
Well, what's interesting, it's very interesting that you talk about Smith Rowe, because Smith Rowe, I truly believe Marco is trying to build the team around. And Smith Rowe is still not at 100% yet. He barely played football for a while until he came to us. So he's not at match fitness. And the last game, he was not good at all against Aston Villa. But when he's been good, you kind of get that taste of what he truly could be. He's just not there yet. So my hope is that we continue to see these good performances and we don't see as many of a poor performance. He was poor, honestly, against Aston Villa. The whole midfield was poor against Aston Villa, and I can talk about the loss of Lukic being a factor, but still, he was not that good. Pereira was not that good, and I'll just tell you guys, when we talk about my starting 11, Pereira is a lightning rod for all Fulham supporters. And that might surprise you, because if you're pulling up the stats, you're going to say he's one of your best players. I'm here to tell you that half of the supporters want him dropped, and it might even be higher than that, because he frustrates you beyond belief. He does the little things that you need to win matches. He presses well. He defends well. His set pieces have been below par from what they were 2 seasons ago, so that frustrates us. And he doesn't score enough goals, which frustrates the supporters. So we have 2 players basically vying for the same position. We're talking Smith Rowe and Pereira. When Smith Rowe came in, they moved Pereira back to the number 8. But you could just tell that that's really not where I think Pereira really ultimately wants to be. He wants to be the number 10. So when we talk about my lineup, that's where a lot of our discussions on Cottage Talk and a lot of the shows have been about, is our central midfield since Lukic got injured on international duty for Serbia. What do you do with these players? Who is going to play in central midfield? Who's going to be your number 6? Who's going to be your 8? And who's going to be your 10? Because right now, I don't know what Marco's going to do against Everton. I'll be honest with you. I know what I'm going to do, and I'll share that. But it's good to have this problem in a way, because we have talented players. As you guys said, we're much more talented than we were last season. And that includes the loss of Polina, which is massive. I think Fulham are a much better side right now. They're balanced, and they're getting really good performances out of Traore and Iwobi on the wings. So right now, for me, that has changed Fulham. Anderson is not going to be playing against you. He has changed Fulham, though. So overall, if I'm not looking at this match directly and I'm looking overall, this is a much better side than when we talked last season. Much better.
Well, I would say, I mean, obviously just sort of looking at your results, there's only 2 games you've not scored in. And that was the first game of the season against United away.
Yep. And
then the game against Forest away. Every other game you've scored at least 1 goal.
Well, we beat Forest. We beat Forest.
Yeah. And sorry, you beat Forest. So there you go. Only the Man United one you've scored in every game since. So the likes of Iwobi, Jimenez, Muniz, has done his bit as well, and Traore with his arms is doing the stuff for you as well. So we should be cautious. Marco seems to fancy his chances tomorrow. He's very complimentary of Everton and everything
absolutely.
else in the conference. But I think he fancies his chances tomorrow. I don't know what you think, Dan.
Well, what I think, I would agree with that. Listen, one thing that you guys should know, because he was your manager, is that he believes strongly in the way he plays. He believes in his players, so he's going to back his players tomorrow. And I believe in what he believes in. I believe in this team. But I also know, and I happened to catch a snippet of what Sean Dyche said about Fulham, and I found that revealing, because it tells me, and I remember from last season, that I truly believe that Dyche is going to try to stop Fulham from playing. And the question will be, can Fulham adapt to that and not allow you to take advantage of us when you have the ball? Because as I was speaking to Rob from your show, we're going to have the majority of the ball. So Fulham need to be patient against your team and not make any mistakes. And I'll include that on set pieces. We were talking about that on my show, that Fulham lost, in my opinion, to a set piece goal, a corner. They saw the same flipping corner at least 10 times in a row. And it drove me nuts that they finally gave up that goal. And I'm thinking, how could you not know this is coming? They're doing the near corner run every single time, and you're going to give up a goal on that? I know people want to give all the credit in the world to Ollie Watkins, but I blame Fulham for that goal. And then you have the sending off. You have the missed penalty from Pereira, which caused a furor with us because I wanted Jimenez to take it. It turned out to be a mess for us. But I'm here to tell you what's going on with Fulham, what's going on with Marco. The team really does believe in Marco, and that to me ultimately will really help us as the season goes on. We're dealing with a little bit of adversity right now, guys. We were coming out of the Man City match thinking we're on our way, and then we got hit in the mouth by Aston Villa. So now how are they going to respond against your side? A very difficult side that, as Dyche has said, you're going to stop us. You're going to try to stop us. And that's the challenge that Marco has on him, because I know what he wants to do. He's going to want to get the ball wide to Traore. He's going to want to have Traore run at Ashley Young. That's what I believe he's going to try to do. I think he's going to move him to our left instead of what he normally does on the right and run at Ashley Young. That's what I think. That's what I would do. The question is, will they just try to take him away the way Aston Villa did? So I think that there's a good chess match going on between Dyche and Marco in this match. And I'm fascinated to see how this all plays out.
Cool. Well,
Go on, Paul. I was just going to
say, should we have a gander at what we think, or what Russ thinks Fulham are going to line up like, what we should.
There we go. Got it. I'm ready, mate. So I might have got the players in the wrong positions. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is definitely the players that Russ gave me. Whether they're in the right places or not, I don't know. I can't move them if they're not, Russ. But is that your team, Russ?
Okay, well, my eyesight's not the greatest, so I really can't see it, but I will just go through it. Leno as your goalkeeper, Tete as your right back, Diop and Bassi, Anthony Robinson as your left back. Your two holding I have is Harrison Reed and Sanderberga, and your number 10 is Smith Rowe. I actually have Iwobi on the left and Traore on the right, but I think eventually they're going to swap throughout this match. And that's why I was saying I think at some point you're going to have Traore on the left, and then Smith Rowe as your number 10, and then Raul Jimenez as the man up front. Now, this is what I would go with. I don't think that this is what Marco's going to go with because he really loves playing Pereira. This Pereira thing with Marco is very interesting because he plays Pereira pretty much no matter what. So I know I'm going to be wrong here, but this is what I would do it because I think Bergen needs more protection, needs someone next to him so he can play more of the number 8 role and Harrison Reed really be sitting as your number 6. I think that would give them some protection. I have a feeling that Marco might go for it against you guys and go with what he did against Aston Villa and then play Berga, Pereira is your number 8, and Smith Rowe is your number 10. That's what I think he'll end up doing. But I think that's a risk against you guys. I would be a little bit more defensive because I don't think Berga has shown that he can shield that back 4. And that's what frightens me in this match. So that's why I went with Harrison Reed, who I know can do the job.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you the question. You answered it straight away. Who does Pereira come in for? And you've just said Reed. Reed, someone that we was linked to, and a lot of Everton fans, when we was linked to getting Reed, was really happy to get him. So that tells you all you need to know, doesn't it? That a lot of Everton fans was like, yeah, we'll have him centre mid. Paul, this isn't an easy game, is it? There's what I will say, and I'll be honest, there are some Everton fans on X when I always keep my eye on it, and I think we even got linked to Traore once. They do say he's shite. He is shy. He is shy. And I was one of them where I thought, you know what they say, he's got no end product. I actually think, and I know players with no end product get ripped. Like Doku is another example for Man City. Doku. These players do get ripped because often they get in the good position so many times and you think, how the hell have they not done the easy part? But I do like these players. I do, these Dokus and Traores, because I just think it's a player that they can take on and put massive fear into another player. And I like players that can put fear into another player because I think if you can put fear into the other player, you've won the battle.
Dan, I completely agree with you.
You've got them back footing. Yeah, so Traore scares me. That's all I'm going to say. Some Everton fans won't be scared. They'll say, you know what, don't worry about him. He's got no end product anyway. But I say, you know what, we've got our hands full up with him. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I would. I'd say when he was at Wolves early doors, people were impressed and a bit worried and everything else. I think when Wolves were hitting you on the break and he had a good 40, 50 yards to try and break away, he looked the most dangerous. When it's more compact and say Fulham, for example, great possession team and everything else, it's harder sometimes then to find your way around the back. And I think whether he has or not, Russ will be able to tell me, but you have to adapt. You have to adapt your game from being the team that break away over many, many tens of yards to being able to do that burst of speed over 15, 20 yards. For example, Leicester, great game last weekend, Southampton, Leicester, lad on the right-hand side, I can't remember his name, but he was an absolute wizard over 10, 15 yards and created so many chances. If Adama does that for Fulham, then you've got really, really dangerous playing on hand. I've just not seen as much, obviously, as Russ has, but I've not seen as much in highlights that has given lots of goals or lots of assists and so on. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, well, Paul, what I would say about Traore is that I think that many would look at him as a one-trick pony, right? That he will just run at you and he'll scare you. But he has assisted on some big goals for Fulham. I'm just telling you that right now. So his passing ability is actually fairly good. So, yes, his end product can drive you crazy. I would totally agree with that. Listen, like I said, he had 3 golden opportunities against Man City. But going back to Dan's point, if you look at that game and he was my man of the match and he missed these 3 opportunities. Why was he my man of the match? It's because of everything else that he did. He still had to create those opportunities. He left Kyle Walker in the dust. Kyle Walker, who has some pace on him, left him in the dust. And then he literally manhandled Rico Lewis for another opportunity. He got himself in the position for a third opportunity. The end product isn't what you would want, but I've also seen him score some very dynamic goals. So for me, the one thing, and you guys know this from Marco being your manager, Marco does make these players better. He gets the most out of them, and he has transformed Traore but as we always say, and others have said this to me, if he had his end product, he'd be at Barcelona, and I would agree with that. But I'm telling you, he's been excellent so far overall for Fulham.
Good. Yeah, like a Rafinha, if you like, end product for Leeds, and that's exactly where he is now, isn't it? So, yeah. I mean, he'll be up against likely Mikalenko being all unwell, so it'll be a bit of a matchup. That's for certain. Sorry, Dan. Go.
Before we do our lineup, Russ, I mean, we're going to move on to ours now. Me and Paul. Sure. Paul, can you get the lineup thing ready on your screen?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, give us a player, your weakest player and your strongest player in that lineup that you've given us. I did get the lineup right, Russ, on the screen.
Yep. Sure. Okay, so if on this screen that I gave you, out of the starting 11 that I picked, so I will tell you that the place, if I'm Everton, that I would be going after is Anderson being out and Diop coming in. So Diop can do a job for Fulham, but Diop has a mistake in him every match. So if I'm Everton, I am targeting Issa Diop defensively, because I know, especially Fulham are going to want to play the ball off from the back. I make it very difficult on him, and I also would make it difficult on Bassi. Without the calmness of Anderson, if I'm being honest with you guys, I'd be targeting our center backs when they play the ball off from the back, because you could cause an issue that might turn into a goal for you. I've already seen it, so I know it. That's a weakness. But the strength is definitely in our passing ability up front, our triangles that we have. Now Jimenez is really kicking back into gear to when he was playing for Wolves, which is really great to see. He is an informed striker. So when you see him doing his triangles with players, it could be on either side, but I like when I see it with, say, a Wobie and say maybe Anthony Robinson, the three of them, or vice versa on the other side when you got Tete, Traore, and him. I mean, you can do some damage. Or with Smith Rowe, there's a lot to like on how Fulham move the ball around. And I will just tell you that a player that still blows me away that we have, that was with you, one of my favorite players on Fulham is Alex Iwobi. And I don't think Alex Iwobi gets enough credit.
Boo! I knew you was coming. I knew you was going to say that, Russ. I knew you was going to say that. And
he's been great for Fulham. He's been excellent for Fulham. Alex Iwobi is so consistent. He's been great for Fulham.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got any bad feeling about Alex, to be fair. But you know what we were saying about Adama?
Yeah.
Alex was the same. He would run. He'd run for Britain, but he wouldn't. He couldn't finish very much. But he had also some highlights. Obviously, Newcastle, guy wrapping his neck around the post and 100 minutes of extra time and all sorts. So we'll always appreciate Alex for getting the winning goal on that one. That's for certain.
This is where it starts heating up now. This is where it gets interesting. Right, let's do our lineup then, Paul.
Let's do it. Yes, here we go. So easy, does it? I don't think there's any.
Neville Southall.
Gordon West, Nigel Martin. You know what? There was a poll going on this week. I think you did it. I think you put it on. Of course. Which said Nigel Martin or Tim Howard.
Done some cracking little polls at the minute. There's been like 500 people participating. I was like, all right, then, that's a good one, isn't it? But I
would have gone for Tim Howard myself, to be fair. But I think
I went for Nigel Martin. Won all day long on that. I think he ran away with that. Yeah, Nigel Martin over Tim Howard. A lot of people said, I don't even know why you're asking the question. Nigel Martin's miles better than Tim Howard. So it was a really good poll.
Easy. Anyway, Pickford's better than both. So, team-wise, like injury-wise and stuff like that, what was Sean saying?
We've got Garner's not available.
Mm-hmm.
Brantwaite's available. Patterson's available. Just pretty much similar to last time. Mikalenko's available.
Are we presuming Miko?
Ashley Young's available.
We're going
to go Mikalenko left.
Ashley Young's got to be in the side, surely, along with Keane. No? Are they not the first names on the team sheet anymore?
No, me and you do a joint one, don't we, Paul? So it's probably going to be a bit of a. I'm going to have to fight you over a couple of positions here.
Fight me.
I'm just going to say, right, listen up, people. First of all, I'm going to put in there that we are 30 subscribers off 1,500. So just if 30 people can hit that subscribe, which is free, you're just supporting the channel. You're just getting behind it. If 30 people can hit the subscribe this channel, we will hit 1,500 subscribers live on this show. So 30 people get us to 1.5. Come on, get on that. And let's get to serious business now. Michael Keane, has he played better? Yes. Does he make me think, wow, he's incredible. We are so good in defense now because he's that good that he can stop anyone? No, he doesn't make me feel like that. We've been very good attacking and he's managed to do the job, which is all I want him to do, is just manage to do the job.
Stick him up.
So he's been okay. He did score a fantastic goal. Yes. But these goals don't come every game from a centre-back. So don't get too carried away by him scoring that goal. The most important thing for me as a centre-back is that he's a good centre-back, because that's what he's going to be doing 90% of the game. He'll probably go up on a few corners, but I don't care about that he can score. It's a bonus. So get to my point. Who is Everton's best centre-back pairing? For me, it's Brantwaite, who is now fit. Dyche could have played him last game. He didn't. He just double rested him. So for me, our best partnership is Brantwaite and Tarkowski. There's questions all over X saying, who would you play, Keane or Brantwaite? And I'm thinking, are you crazy? Brantwaite is miles and miles and miles better than Michael Keane. And that's not me slating Michael Keane. That's just me saying Brantwaite's miles better. If you're not available, Brantwaite, it's nice that Keane's in a better form when he comes in.
What,
so for me, Paul, it's Brantwaite.
I'd tell you what, ask Russ. Russ, who would you rather play against? Would you rather play against Brantwaite or play against Keane?
I'd rather play against Keane, if I'm being honest with you guys.
Exactly.
I know who the better player is.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And actually, what's interesting is our competition winner, Gary Wilson, who's won a fantastic turnstile worth 150 quid, doesn't think Brantwaite will start for us tomorrow. And his back four is Young and Keane, first names on the team sheet. So there you go, Gary.
But he got the competition right. He won it. So I'm hoping he's not right on this one. If he is, I'll swallow the pill. If he is, I'll just accept it. But
I'm with you.
Russ is saying, yeah, let's do this.
I would pick Brantwaite. I would pick Brantwaite as well. So is that what we're going to do here?
Yeah, we'll let Gary Wilson have his team and we'll gladly read it out. But Gary Wilson, we're not getting him in our head on this team, Paul. Michael Keane, you're on the bench. Keno, as they call him.
Hey,
right, so let's sort this out.
When it's in the balance, last 15, 20 minutes, bring him on. You know, swap DCL for Keane, and we know we're guaranteed the goal. You know,
up front I can accept, but don't put him.
Put him up front. Fair,
don't put him in the centre back.
Gaz says it's not who he wants, but it is what he thinks will happen. So that's fair.
I can accept that then, Gary. I like you a little bit more now. Right. Centre back, Tarkowski at the side of him.
Yeah. Easily. Right back.
This is mad, Russ, because you've been on channels with us before when we've played you, and we was not happy with Ashley Young. Yellow card, doesn't show
I know.
experience, and we was fuming with him, and we felt like Ashley Young was a liability. But the past 3-4 games, Ashley Young's been our best player.
Wow. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
I think he's been our best player.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Honestly.
Of course he hasn't.
He has.
No.
Defensively, he's been our best player for me. Who was better than Ashley Young defensively last game?
Doesn't matter, Dan. It doesn't matter. No.
Is
anyone else fit? Is anyone? Is
Ashley Young
ready?
for me?
Is Patterson even in the club anymore? Is he a under 23 regular now? I mean, come on. Are you going Young?
Ashley Young.
Am I seriously having to fight you over Ashley Young not being right back? I can't believe it. I don't care, Paul. No. I don't care. I think he's a cracking fella, but I don't want him starting right back. I don't. Who's he going to be against? Iwobi.
I've got it. Do you know what? For me, as a fan, I call it how it is. I've continuously said Ashley Young's not good enough, said he's crap, said probably don't even want him. The last couple of games, he's been good enough. And if he is, I'll happily say, yeah, you are good. I'll call a player out when he's crap, and I'll give a player credit when he's good. And I can only judge what he's given me the last 3 games. And I do think with this unbeaten in the last 4 games, a massive reason behind that is Ashley Young sorting our defence out and looking very competitive to get us back on track. And listening to Ashley Young in that interview, he's still got that competitive edge at 38. He really does look like he's the one behind the scenes that has pushed to get us back on track.
I mean, to be fair, what would happen now is I would use what I just did with Branthwaite and Keane. I'd ask Russ, who would you rather play against? But he's not picking Patterson. And Coleman was on the bench, but maybe he's not played an awful lot. So I don't know if there's much bloody choice anyway, to be honest. James Garner's injured. So Young looks as though he's going to go in by proxy anyway, to be fair. So I can't argue too much, can I?
You tried, but
I did try. And I will try every week until the end of the season. But I suppose it's Young then. Who are you thinking midfield then? Come on. Give us your best.
If Young does come up against Iwobi, I'm really happy for that. Honestly, I think Young can handle Iwobi. Right, in the centre of midfield, this is something that people have been... We haven't got our team cemented, Russ. We're still trying to figure it out. We've got a couple of injuries as well, which makes it more... You still don't know. The centre, I would personally, and they will probably fall out on this as well, Paul, I would go Decore, which I know you won't be sure about. I'd go Decore and Garnagay for me. Decore and Garnagay.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, to be fair.
I didn't think you'd have Decore in there.
No, well,
you wasn't a fan. Are you starting to like him a little bit?
No. I still don't think it's great. At least he's away from the forward line, I suppose, because he's just erratic, to be honest. But he is he likes to put a tackle in, to be fair. So yeah, all right, I'll go Decore and Garnagay. I've not got a problem with. I think he should be in the start.
I did put a tweet out on X as well about Decore because we're unbeaten in the last 4 games and we have picked up, and we had James Garner out in that centre mid position, and Decore had to fill it in. We've lost Onana, we've lost Tim Irabunum. He's injured now. Onana obviously left. Irabunum's injured.
Is the only other one, isn't he?
Yeah, and you think about it, there was so much pressure. If Decore wasn't good in that spot, we was in massive trouble. But Decore's come into that spot and done the job well. And he's got us winning games and got us not losing games. So big up Decore for that. I know he's a player where people don't like to give him much credit, but I think when you win a game and he's gone in the centre in an important position like that, and you start winning and not losing.
Guys, I would take Decore on Fulham. I'm serious. I would have taken him on Fulham.
Good player. I like him.
I mean, the thing is, if you look back over the last month, we're Everton, aren't we? Apparently, we've had horrendous injuries. Do you know what I mean? We've kind of been filling. Our bench has always had at least 2 goalkeepers. Amir, bless him, has just been chatting to Virginia for the last month on the bench because they've both been there. So our injuries have coincided with us being actually half decent. I don't know what that says about us, but Decore and Garner can definitely do a job middle of the park. Is there going to be much leeway in our forward four? Because I think that's probably the area of the pitch that is at the moment most consistent. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is somewhere. I mean, last season, Everton was a team. I mean, if you think about it, Fulham was the start of all this. I remember playing Fulham the start of last season and having about 20 chances, not putting it in the back of the net, and you having one chance and beating us 1-0 the first game of the season. I don't know if it was the first, but it stays in my head that that summed Everton up last season. Yeah. There you go, first game, and it's how we started that game and how we was that game, Russ. Is how we went throughout the whole season, that we had loads of chances and couldn't finish. This season, our attacking players are really good and can finish, but our defence can't actually see the leads out that the attacking players are giving us. So the attacking players are giving us 2-0 leads, and we've just been letting them go. And now, finally, the attacking players are carrying on, giving us these leads, and the defence are starting to see out what these attacking players are giving us. And Skilliman and Jai... He's like Messi, he's like Ronaldo, he's like Ronaldinho, all rolled into one. This player, Russ, is a talent on the left, and he is
to Bramley Moore. I've heard.
Oh, he's just. I've got song for him now and everything. And Everton for me, right? We was a team last season where sometimes we'd play teams, and all of our players was scared to say I'm better than you. Our players were scared to say I'm better than you. So when you need someone to step up and show, I'm not scared of you, I'm going to do something. All of our players didn't do that, so it was just a team that's quiet, tried. Skilliman and Jai, or Illiman and Jai, his real name. He is one where he's like, I'm better than you. I'm going to try and take you on. He does everything that's risky. And he fancies himself to be better than any other player on the pitch. And I believe that now he does that. It's nice to have, because at the start of a game, if Iliman Ndiaye looks to rip his opposition, straight away it puts confidence into all of our other players as well. You're probably the same with Traore as well. I think if you've just, as a team, if you've gone and ripped a player or you've gone and taken a player on, straight away, your other players think, I'm not scared anymore. If he can do that, let's follow. And that's what Iliman Ndiaye has done for us. He's that good. He'll run past a player twice, turn him inside out, and then you've got McNeil thinking, bloody hell, I'm not scared. I've got this man on my team. So Iliman Ndiaye has been pivotal for us this season. And he wasn't starting on the first couple of games, but he is like amazing now. I really do love him.
Probably go Madrid next season. A young Tommy Graveston, look alike. No.
What a play. Russ, this is our team.
Okay.
What is our weakness? I'll ask you the same sort of question. What is our weakness and what are you scared of?
Well, I'm scared of what you just said about Ndiaye. I'm scared of that. Obviously, I'm very scared, believe it or not, of Dwight McNeil. He's always been dangerous.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been very good, and I have a healthy respect for Harrison. So your players up front do scare me. And like I said, I do like Decore in the middle, basically controlling things. So I haven't watched enough of him, but he is a player that I was thinking of that could really just settle things down and help you beat Fulham. So, but I do see, even though your strength, like you said, your center back pairing could be your strength. I do like Fulham running at your fullbacks. That's where I see an opportunity for Fulham. But will they have the patience when, again, we're going to have the majority of the ball. So how many opportunities will they have to run at your fullbacks? That's the question. The question is, when can we take advantage of that? How many balls will we get in the box? Because we like to get crosses in the box too. So for me, that's where I'm looking at it. I'm looking straight at Ashley Young. I'm looking straight at Ashley Young. I'm going right at him. That's what I would do.
And Ashley Young is looking straight back at Iwobi and thinking, is that all you've got, Iwobi? No wonder Everton got rid of you. This is what's happening. This is what's going down. And Mikalenko, he's saying, Traore, is that how fast you are? I'm twice as fast.
Okay.
I'd like to see Adama and Young have a race. That'd be funny.
I tell you something, there is some fire this game because, like I say, Traore's he's fast, and Jai is skillful. So you've got fast, you've got skillful, you've got your striker. I love your striker. I thought he was really good for Wolves, and you just said he's coming to form. He's good.
Absolutely.
Calvert-Lewin, you've just said your centre backs are fragile, and Calvert-Lewin, although he isn't scoring, he's a handful. Branthwaite's back in. There's some fire here. This is a very good game, and
I agree.
For me, I feel it's the perfect time. I feel that this is the perfect time for this game because I feel we've played a few teams, we've got off the bottom of the table, and now we're coming up against Fulham and saying, right, are we better than you mid-table? Can we beat you and push on up the league past you? That's how I feel. Can we? Because if we lose against you, we're back down thinking about being in a relegation battle. If we beat you, we can go. We're like on par with you and can start climbing, and pushing, and start being happy. You know what I mean? Start being really, really happy.
Well, Dan, you should be happy anyways.
Well, you say that, Russ, but you were still really. I could hear it in your voice. Really angry about you against Aston Villa. I am still really angry about. I am still angry about us against Aston Villa. I'm still really angry against us Bournemouth. I'm the type of fan that doesn't let stuff go. If you can't just lose against Bournemouth when you're 2-0 up in the last 8 minutes. I'm fuming. So I'm not happy this season.
Okay.
But I'm happy with what we've done the last 4 games. I have seen this in the comments here.
Oh, go on.
And I've got to give Russ. I said we've got a song for him. And Jai, probably seen it all over the news. Yeah. I am in love. I can't deny. Our number 10, his name is Iliman and Jai. From Senegal to Bramley Moore. He's frigging magic. He's the one that our fans adore. That's the song for him. I've got to get better. I am in love. I can't deny. Our number 10, his name is Iliman and Jai. From Senegal to Bramley Moore. He's freaking magic. He's the one that we adore. And then it's like, ole, 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 ole,
the tune changes often. The tune often changes.
Class.
It doesn't generally. Just
he's the one that our fans adore. I love it. He's a cracking player. He is a cracking player. Right, so let's get some of the lineups on the screen. Me and Paul agreed with it. And then we will finish with the score prediction. Paul's going to chuck a couple of predicted lineups from the subscribers. By the way, make sure you hit that subscribe. I'd be buzzing if you got us to 1,500. We need you to support us because when we come off this show, I'm sure Russ will agree, you like your shows to be viewed and watched and appreciated. Oh, yeah. And you come off and you look at your views and you look at your likes. And when you see so many people in the comments, you think, make sure you like it after. Get behind us. Come on. So make sure you do remember to get behind us. We love you. We appreciate you. Just support us, push us. And then we can do great things like get Begovic on there. What a great thing that was. All right, let's do this.
There we go. Rob agrees with us, to be fair. Duke's Garner, centre. Forward line the same. Young keeps his place. And Branthwaite comes in. So that sounds positive. Pause. Same, apart from Mangala coming in instead of Garner. And Keane keeps his place. And Branthwaite is presumably on the bench. So there's
so this is what someone spoke about in the press conference. He's actually put, some people ain't liking Tarkowski at the minute, and he's put Keane in over Tarkowski there.
Yeah. Oh, Brandt is in, isn't he? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know why. I think Tarkowski's been good as well. So I don't
say Keane's been better than him. I don't agree. But
Sean sees what he sees. Sean sees what he sees. Here's Emma's. We love Emma's. So that's Pickford. Then it's Ashley Young in a wheelchair. Electric chair. Then we've got Tarkovsky and Branthwaite with Mikolenko, followed by Harrison.
Harry's son. Yeah, Harry's son.
And
Woman with a son.
Duke's in the middle.
Duke's the cowboy. Yeah.
With Garnagay.
We know what that means.
Illyman on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, with McNeil in behind. DCL has got his hands over his head. You know what? I mean, Christ almighty, that lad has got to score a 1-on-1 at some point. Jesus. I really hope it's tomorrow.
Just to show that he can do it again.
And we know you can, Dominic.
Smash him in training, so
just shoot a little bit earlier.
Smash him in training.
Just shoot a little bit earlier. That's all you need to do, I think. That's all you need to do, personally. That's what I think, anyway. But they are our main lineups from people. We're starting to get score predictions in. So get your score predictions in, everybody. We'll do ours in a moment.
Yeah, well, we are on. That is all the lineup predictions in. Thanks, everyone. There was quite a few in there. Thanks for participating. It is that time now. It is where I love Russ, but I'm going to forget that I'm friends with him right now. I am. Okay. It's that time where we go head to head. This is it now. This is the night before Everton versus Fulham. And here we go. Let's put a bit of. Let's do this, people. Let's do this. It is score prediction time. What I'm going to do, I don't even. Here we go. This is Rocky Eye, the Tiger stuff. I am ready for Fulham right now. I'm going to let Paul go first. Then I'm going to put Russ in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put Russ in the middle. And if Russ gives it large, I'm going to come in last and I'm going to have him, people. I'm going to have him with my prediction. So let's do this. Paul. Well, I don't know what Paul's going to say, because he is a wise head. He is a wise head, so.
I've been called a few things, yeah. I don't think we're going to stop Fulham scoring, but I think generally, I called a 2-0 away at Ipswich and we got a clean sheet. I mean, it's no rocket science or anything, but I do think as a unit we defended much better. For Fulham to have only not scored so far this season in one game is an accolade for them without a doubt. I don't think that's going to stop us. I think they'll grab one, but I actually do think that we could get two. So I do see us getting the win. I don't think it'd be pretty by any means, but I think those front four are starting to click. And this is the week. DCL is going to score a 1-on-1. And he is going to score twice.
DCL scoring a 1-on-1. 2-1, that is by Paul. Love it. 2-1. Positive prediction by Paul. Get your predictions in the comments. Even on X, if you write it, we can see it. We pay to freaking have it over on X. So you write on X, we can see. Get it in. Get involved. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Right, Russ.
Okay.
What you got for me, Russ? What you got?
It could be any three situations here. Obviously, we can win. It could be a draw. It could be an Everton win. So I respect Paul's prediction because I could actually see that happening. But I also like Fulham's players up front. And I think eventually they will break through. I agree with him that we're going to score. And I think we're going to give up a goal. But I'm going 2-1 to Fulham. And my goal scorers, get ready for this, Adama Traore and Alex Iwobi.
Oh my God! No.
So I'm going 2-1 to Fulham.
Own goal. Was that own goal? Iwobi own goal. Or who's the goal scorer for? Who's the goal scorer for us?
The goal scorer for you will be Calvert-Lewin. I'll go there.
Oh, not Iwobi. Not Iwobi.
No, not Iwobi.
I thought Iwobi own goal. No.
Will Alex Iwobi celebrate?
That's a great question. It's funny because mostly Fulham players have not celebrated it against their former clubs, and I respect that. I totally respect that. So I don't think he will. I think he'll give respect to Everton. I don't think he would. That's just Listen,
He'll get a round of applause. I think we're all right.
Do you know what? I don't even. You know, if Richarlison would have celebrated, it would have hurt me because I love Richarlison.
Yep.
If Iwobi scores against us and he celebrates, and I really don't give a crap. I never connected with Iwobi, and I don't mean this in any sort of harsh way. Russ loves him. Russ has made up for that love that I never had him. That I never had for him.
You passed it on to me.
Up for it right now, but yeah, you know what I mean.
No,
but I don't care. Celebrate. Celebrate if you score.
Okay, before you give your prediction, I want to tell you what Rob said that you would predict. Okay, so Rob told me you would be predicting 3-0 to Everton. That's what he told me you would. Is that what you're predicting?
Did he?
Yes, he did.
No.
That does sound like a prediction.
I like to wait. I didn't think of the prediction until just right now, and I've got it in my head. My prediction is 3-2 to Everton. You know, 3-2.
Wow.
And what I will say is, and if you listen to the show, I've got a lot of respect for that team that you've got. You know, that's solid.
Yeah,
I think where some people don't like Traore, I think he's an handful. I've just already said your striker. I think he's class.
Yeah,
and Smith Rowe, he's if he gets into those pockets, he's dangerous. By the way, this is no Mickey Mouse game. This isn't this Fulham team. This Fulham team's made some really good signs. Even your player from Burnley, there was all raving about him when they got him. He didn't perform well at Burnley, but before he went to Burnley, people couldn't praise him enough how good he was going to be in that centre.
Yeah,
I think you've got a very good outfit, but I do think your defence is weak. If we let you attack, we're in trouble. If we can test your defence, we could be okay. It's going to be a real game. Who attacks? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be that type of game. My goal scorers: Iliman and Jai. Jack Harrison's been crap. And I think he's going to pop up this game. He can't be crap for that long, surely. So Jack Harrison, he hasn't even had a shot on target for about 10 years. Jack Harrison's going to knock one in to liven him up.
For a day.
And then, do you know where we're all saying, oh, Michael Keane probably should play again because he scored? Well, Branthwaite's going to score anyway, so don't worry about that. Branthwaite's going to play and he's going to smash one in. So don't go, you know what I mean? He's going to soon make you forget about Michael Keane. Your goal scorers, never in a million years has Iwobi scoring against us, mate. And that's probably going to bite me in the arse. That's going to bite me in the arse.
You just set yourself up. You totally just set yourself up.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm ready.
I'll be on a short next week.
Iwobi to score 2 goals now. Iwobi's going to score the 2 goals now.
No chance, mate. Iwobi's going to get made look. Iliman Ndiaye is going to show Iwobi what he should have been at Everton. Don't you worry about that. So, right, here we go. It's going to be your goal scorers, Jamirez and Smith Rowe. Okay. Smith Rowe in the number 10. I said he could be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
3-2. So you said that's fair. You're happy with us winning 3-2, Russ?
Well, I'm not happy with you winning 3-2. I'm happy. I'm happy with your prediction because I understand it. And I hope you guys are happy with my prediction coming from my perspective. That's why I enjoy doing your show is that, listen, we can have a conversation. You can share your views. I can share mine. And then maybe your audience that's watching can enjoy the match a little bit more because they've heard us talk about it, so they get both perspectives. That's why I enjoy doing your show, guys.
Good show.
Good man. Russ, I actually like every single Fulham player apart from Iwobi. I just hope he cries when we beat you. That's all I'm saying. Like every other Fulham player, I don't mind.
How about Marco?
Iwobi?
How about Marco?
Yeah, he still wants us, doesn't he? Does it? We are coming to an end now. We are going to end the show, and it was in the comments earlier on. Does it frustrate you that Marco still seems so in love with Everton?
No. And
is that a good question?
No, he's actually. Listen, I want to give him credit because he should be speaking well of the former clubs he's coached. I actually respect that. No, absolutely not. He should feel that way. That's a class act.
That's a good point.
If you look at it this way. If he's talking good about Everton, that talks about his character, Dan. It talks about the type of person he is. Because I think he's a top-class manager and a person. I think, again, he has a fiery personality. But the fact that he has really good thoughts about his time at Everton, I think is admirable, and I think they're real.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't want someone to do. I mean, Dyche when he leaves Everton, he's already got a £20 million deal to say everything what's happened behind the scenes with Everton. He's already lined up. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I get what you're saying. He's just loyalty. He's got respect to a club that he's managed. Why shouldn't he? Nothing bad happened. And he's doing well with you. I don't mind Fulham. I like you, Russ, and I don't mind Fulham. I want to beat you. I want to go above you, but I don't want you to be in trouble this season. I want you to do well as well.
Same thing. Listen, same thing for me, guys. Same thing. And as I said to Robin, I'll say the two of you, whenever Everton play Liverpool, I'm all about Everton, okay? And I'll say that 100 times. And I want you to, because I can't stand their supporters. I know too many of them. They are just the most... Oh, I don't want to go there, but I'll just say that
people need to start beating them, Russ. People need to start. They can't be top of the table. Some people, they haven't even been that. I watched them against Crystal Palace. Very lucky. People not. Russ, when you play the shite, make sure you beat them. We've got them in the derby as well. Okay. Like coming up soon as well. So we'll
I got a feeling. I got a feeling we're going to beat them this year. I actually do.
Yes, you best do.
Okay.
Your best.
We'll do it. We'll do it for Everton. We'll do it for us and Everton. We'll do it for us.
Yeah, we'll sort them out. You know what I mean? We'll beat the London teams for you as well. Don't worry. Right, everybody. I am going to drop the banner. Russ,
hang on,
it's been fantastic for you on.
Do you want me to answer this question? Do you want me to answer the question?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go.
Okay, so I am not a Jags fan because I am a fan of the New England Patriots. I live here in Boston, so I'm not a Jags fan. I do hope that they do well because of the ownership. But I'm a Patriots fan. I'm not a Jags fan.
Good man. Yeah, we got some score predictions, Dan. You know, can't just go with your 3-2 all the
time. I've just gone proper head to head with Russ with the score predictions. I get excited and I've completely forgot about our subscriber score predictions. So
you were invested.
I was ready.
We've got some very interesting score lines coming up here. I tell you. Gaz said, enjoy DCL. And he said Iwobi for Fulham. So that'll be interesting. I love this. Pause is on it. He's on it tonight. 6-2.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've seen that on X.
And actually, last week, he said Keane would score a worldie, and he did.
That's why he's in his lineup, yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. Let's go.
I love you. I've seen that earlier.
Emma's same as me. All of these people are saying it won't be, Dan. I tell you what, we're on it here. We're jinxed.
You know what? I'm gonna do a video just on all of you lot saying Iwobi and then him getting a 3.2 score for his game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of these comments of you licking Iwobi's arse, and then when he has the worst game ever and we score 3 goals because of him being crap, then I'm going to frigging put it on the screen. I'm telling you, I'm ready.
Paul, I can't wait for this game tomorrow. I hope Iwobi scores in the worst possible way.
You know what? To be honest, Russ, part of me wants Iwobi to score as well.
Own goal, that's the worst one.
Just for that. Yeah. Well, maybe it's maybe Iwobi will score as we win 4-1, as Eugene says.
He's not scoring at all, Paul. He's not scoring at all.
Hey, it's 4-1's coming for you. I tell you, Eugene's on it every week. DCL hat-trick, 4-1.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's going to happen at some point. It's going to happen at some point. But yeah, I think it's a game. It always used to be a game that we were dead happy about because we'd always win. Our record against you at our place was awesome. And actually, I have found. Where's it gone now? I did have a little something which showed when I think the last time that it's been a score draw in this fixture was something like 1950 odd.
Wow.
So yeah, ridiculous apparently. I'll find a little thing in a minute. But usually lots of goals. Yeah, I don't think anyone's raving over
they are
Everton.
They are
That's what we are.
From like you say, Fulham normally probably was a game where you'd fancy we'd be a lot stronger on paper, but that team that you've given me, Russ, you're getting better, mate. You are getting better. You got some players there.
No, we do.
You've done well in the transfer window. You mean business now. Right, everybody, I am going to drop the banner now. We'd love to stay on to you all night, but we can't. We have got jobs to do. Let's do this. Let's drop the banner. Russ, talk. Where are you? Tell them where you're at before I shut this down.
Sure. So
Where can they find
again,
you?
thank you very much, guys, for allowing me to be on your show. I really enjoyed it. And anyone that wants to follow me on X, it's Russ_Goldman. That's my own account. And then the account for Cottage Talk is simply Cottage Talk on X.
And it is all in the description on this live show as well. So if you click on the description, I always make sure I put the details in of the opposition fan, because you can track them down if you do like them. And we all love Russ. He got us Begovic on, to be fair, so we can't not love him, can we? And Begovic was class. Who's he going to line up next? You know what I mean? That's going to be an interesting one. Here we go, everybody. Dropping the banner. Up the top is, can't wait for tomorrow now. It does get me excited, these night befores, match previews. It does get me excited. Massive game. Let's do this. Have a boss one.